So Biden made a bold promise. AI will predict crimes in the future. So President Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. just made a huge promise, and it's about bringing Americans back home. Namely, Wall Street Journal reporter Eric Gershkovich, who remains stuck in Russia. Missing from this speech, though, is the president's comments on the country of Sudan, although evacuations are now supposedly underway. And how would you feel if they told you that the police would be using AI or artificial intelligence to predict crimes? Is it scary, or is this the new future? Now, I know there's a Tom Cruise movie on this one. I just can't really remember which one it was at this time, but hit me up in the comments down below if you guys remember that. But wouldn't this be interesting, though? Former President Donald Trump is bestowing a new nickname to President Biden, and I gotta say, it's not very flattering. Any guesses on what it could be? You guys can use the comment section to guess what it is. He also says that he's working for the American family, not his own. Meanwhile, Florida just shot down accusations from the former president against Governor Ron DeSantis and his supposed attempt to discreetly make his way onto the White House. And Congresswoman Harriet Hageman, she wants to get to the bottom of the alleged attempt to discredit the facts regarding the Hunter Biden laptop, and she says that the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken needs to face the music and talk to Congress about it. Are you guys ready? Of course you are, right? Let's go and get into the truth. Oh, and by the way, for the best way to invest in gold, be sure to check out the links down below in the description of this video.
Let me start on a serious note. Jill, Kamala, Doug, and I, and members of our administration, are here to send a message to the country and, quite frankly, to the world. The free press is a pillar, maybe the pillar, of a free society, not the enemy. Thomas Jefferson wrote, you all know this quote. Thomas Jefferson wrote, "We're left to me to decide whether we should have a government without newspapers or newspapers without a government. I should not hesitate to prefer the latter." To Evan's parents, Ella, Mikhail, and sister Danielle, as I've told you in person, we, not just me, we all stand with you. Evan went to report in Russia to shed light on the darkness that you all escaped from years ago. Absolute courage. A handwritten letter from prison to his family, Evan wrote, quote, "I am not losing hope." In an interview, his mom, Ella, said, "One of the American qualities that we absorbed is to be optimistic. That's where we stand right now." To the entire family, everyone in this hall stands with you. We're working every day to secure his release, looking at opportunities and tools to bring him home.
Many critics have said that the president isn't very active with getting our own people home, although he's been hinting here that he's ready to take action. After weeks of fighting in Sudan, hundreds of Americans are now reaching to the point of Sudan being included in the first U.S.-run evacuation. Now, while social media was filled with criticism of the Biden administration's lack of initiative to get our people home, it looks as if they're now organizing convoys for Americans who want to get away from the battles in that country. I guess it's better than nothing, although it is being compared to how other countries have successfully managed to offer their citizens evacuation flights. Many U.S. citizens were forced to make the trip on land. To date, 2 Americans have been confirmed as killed already in Sudan. Man, it is really sad to see that this had to happen, and it makes you wish that the action was taken sooner to get more of our people home. What do you guys think about this? Now, from President Biden, let's go ahead and move over to Trump, who just got denied by the state of Florida regarding a complaint on Governor Ron DeSantis conducting an alleged shadow presidential campaign. So the decision was made by the Florida Commission on Ethics by saying that the document failed to constitute a legally sufficient complaint. Former Trump spokesperson Taylor Budovic, who filed the complaint, says that DeSantis was leveraging his elected office and breaching his associated duties in order to coordinate efforts to develop his national profile, enrich himself and his political allies, and influence the national electorate. Do you guys believe that this is the case with DeSantis? And what do you think about this new nickname that former President Trump recently gave President Biden?
Joe Biden cares only about enriching his own family. I care about enriching your family and you. I will be retiring the name Crooked from Hillary Clinton and her moniker. I'm going to retire the name Crooked so that we can use the name for Joe Biden, because he'll be known from now on as Crooked Joe Biden.
Critics of the 80-year-old president would agree that this is the right name for him. One of them being Congresswoman Harriet Hagman, who recently blasted the White House and U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken for trying to hide the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Congresswoman, you are actually calling on Anthony Blinken to testify on your weaponization committee. This is big. Explain to what this is all about.
Well, what this comes from is it relates to the letter that Jim Jordan sent last week. Related to the fact that we now know that Anthony Blinken, when he was working on the Biden campaign, he was involved with the decision of those 51 former intelligence officials to write the letter in October of 2020 saying that the Hunter laptop appeared to be a classic case of Russian disinformation.
Do you guys agree with her? Now, I really don't mean to disparage the Biden family at all, but this is what the news outlets are talking about. And to be honest, a lot of you guys have questioned why nothing has been done, even though the laptop has already been proven to be 100% true. Do you think that Biden will actually show up and discuss this with Congress? Will Biden actually do any actual federal prison time? Now, while I cannot tell exactly what's going to happen next with this whole laptop issue, I can tell you that the future of policing may change forever if this pilot program in the UK is successful. Now, some experts are saying that AI will be the path to predictive policing, much like that movie Minority Report. That's what it was, Minority Report by Tom Cruise. Now I finally remembered it. I know. Christopher Alexander, CCO of Liberty Blockchain, had this to say about AI's potential with this crime. Quote, artificial intelligence is a tool, like a firearm is a tool, and it can be useful and it can be deadly. In terms of the holy grail here, I really think it's the predictive analytics capability that if they can get better at it, you can have some very frightening capabilities, end quote. For now though, British police are using the technology to help catch drivers committing violations such as driving without a seatbelt or driving while using their cell phones. For them to have a better way of tracking crimes, more cameras may be needed to be put in place. As if we need more cameras watching us, right? Now, some critics are not impressed, but Brian Kavanaugh, he spoke about the dangers of such a society. He said, quote, I absolutely see this as a slippery slope. You're going from an open and free society to one that you can control through facial recognition technology and AI algorithms. You're basically looking at China. The UK is going to use safety and security metrics to say, well, that's why we did it for phones and cars. And then they're going to say, if you have, say, guns, what's next on their list of crimes that you can crack down on because of safety and security? All of a sudden, you're creating an authoritarian, technocratic government where you can control society through your carrots and sticks. I believe that there is capacity to move from observations to predictive measures, but with that, you have the possibility of false positives and the risk of margin of error, end quote. Oh boy. Any thoughts on this, guys? Let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comments. Now, I also just want to remind you guys that I always check my comments. I'll always read every comment that is left. Reason being, I like to hear from you guys and I like to understand what you guys are going through. Rent, mortgage, car payments, credit card bills, I get it. What the banks are doing, what Biden's doing, what they're doing over in China, how they're sending all of our money over to the Ukraine, I get it. And with inflation being the way that it is, not many of us are doing so well, which is why I'll always make myself available if you guys are interested in learning more about budgeting, investments in gold, silver, the real estate market, the stock market. Even if you want to learn about opportunities that could give you multiple streams of income like side hustles and small businesses. My doors are always wide open for you guys. I love to hear from you guys down in the comments down below. Also, for the best way to invest in gold, check out the links down below. But before I go, guys, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up for the video and share this video if you really want to support the channel. Appreciate you guys so much, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.